Everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today, we're going to see what we can do with this right here. More large Alice pack. We'll be right back with you. So welcome back to the channel, everybody. And as you notice, I've been doing some modifications to my large Alice pack, which I got. And sadly, I bought an original pack with frame, but it came with some Chinese shoulder straps, like you see right here. And in a previous video, I did like a really quick fix. I'm just not happy with it. So what I want to do, as you see, it still pops out. But what I want to do is take all this off, and I want to completely change this whole system right here. So follow along. So it didn't take me very long, but what I've done is I've removed all this piece right here from it. I just cut through the threads, came off pretty easy. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to rebuild it to where it looks like this system here on the right shoulder. I'm going to see if it works out that way. What I have to do, I have to take off this piece here, and then I'll just replace it with a piece of this nylon webbing here, a small piece. And then what I have left, I plan on trying to make some extensions, extensions of the, so I can make it longer if I need to. So I'll be able to get it out of it. That way I sort of maintain this hardware here, because this is not a bad concept right here. I do like it being pulled down. It holds into place. It's not too bad. I thought about replacing it with some Fast-Tex buckles, but I thought, well, the Fast-Tex, they could fail. This right here will not fail. And I'm not carrying that much weight in it. So what I do now, I have to cut through all this right here. So it's basically a matter of taking my shears right here and just cutting right through it. And it cuts through it pretty easily. And there we go. So now I've freed it up. So now what I have to do is I have to go to the next step, and that is this piece right here. Cut a piece through, elongate it right here, and then this right here gets sewed back onto this piece here. So there you go. So we have all this sewn up together. So follow along with me with that. So now I'm going to go ahead on my sewing machine. Follow along with me right here if you want to. See about getting us together. I'll just put it on there. Now I want this buckle as much as possible on this. And the reason why that is that this protects you right here a good bit. So I'm going to just take some of my clips here. You have to fit on there. They don't look like they're going to fit. So I'm going to have to run this through by hand the first time. Hopefully this works. This is pretty thick right here. But my machine is done thicker. So we'll see how well it works. And we'll go from there. Hopefully this works well. We'll see. This is not always the best, not always easy, but the machine does work pretty well. And it does do a pretty good job when I need to do a pretty good job. Let's see something here. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a reverse stitch first. And then go through. Then we'll put bar. It's like a bar stitch. Just to reinforce this right here as much as possible. It's not easy here. It's not wanting to. It's really struggling to do this right here. It's doing well. It's doing well now. It's doing well. So let me. Okay, so that actually did better because I'd forgotten to drop the foot. So it's a big difference, huh? I'm going to raise this up a little bit, pull this needle out, go further down the end here, and put in another one. There we go. Reverse stitch. Make sure this is all down. Yep, the foot's down. And the foot's down. Well, I have the back seam is in a red, which is sort of like what I use primarily for when I make my pouches. I use a red thread also. The reason why I do is I use sort of like, I like the way it looks, and I'm not making tactical gear here. This is going to be for outdoors. But this right here works really well. I'll go over this a couple more times. There we go. I think that's enough. So, pull this out. Get all this cut off of it right here. You can see the red thread there. I just need to clean this up now. I mean, it's a matter of just cleaning it up. The stitching. Now, I use a polyester thread. I don't use cotton thread. It doesn't want to cut that. I'll take my lighter here and I'll singe most of this off. Some of these extra threads off. And here you can see where it's going through the back here. It's actually, it's not that pretty, but you know what? I'm working with what I got here. I wish I had. I'm hoping to buy a used machine in the future that is an industrial sewing machine, so that way I can. I'm able to work on bigger projects. I want to make my own backpack also. I could make one just right here, but I really want to get an industrial machine first. And so there we go. Now, oh wow, and that thing is, it's really on there. It's really on there. I singed the ends of this nylon right here, so now I've basically replaced it. And so, there we go. Okay, it's a little bit longer maybe, but I don't know, is it longer? I think it's longer. Yeah, it is longer because of the strap over here had that quick release system in it, so it is a little bit longer. But actually, it's pretty good. I like the way it works. Now, what I have to do now is I have to feed back through the strap right here, back through it actually, and this is pretty simple. Just go back through here. I'll pull this through. Now you see where I've undone the sewing. I've taken the sewing out of it, but then it's a matter of just holding it in position, the teeth, sliding all this through. I think that's how it works. Now it goes back to this other side. So I'm backwards here. So what you have to do is you have to get your direction here. Okay. Then it goes to the back side. And then to the very back side of it again. There we go. This comes through from the back side here. You can see where it's passed through the back side of the device. I don't know the name of this thing. I should know. I've only ever seen it in the Army. I've never seen it anywhere else, and only ever seen it on Alice packs or stuff like that. It's really it's a system that's completely dedicated, developed for the military, by the military, actually. I don't know anybody else who uses such a system for their straps. Only the Army. Nowadays, the market, is all about fast text buckles, this kind of stuff, and they're much stronger than they were back in the day. I mean, they used to be really, really weak, back in the day. But anyway, it's going through. Now, what I'm going to do is actually I'm going to do a little bit of a cheat here. I'm going to sew this up in a loop like this right here and pass 550 cord through it so that I can pull the 550 cord so I gain a little bit more length with this right here. So a little bit of a cheat. So let me get in here and do some more sewing here. Get this in here. Let me get a lot more of it here. Let's see. There we go. Much easier to fool with. Look, sewing is a very easy thing. It takes practice, time, I actually sew a lot better than this right here. I make a lot of stuff. I'm still learning though. I have a lot more to learn. But I can highly recommend you trying to make your own gear, you know, and repairing your own gear. You can do it by hand. You can do it with a machine. There are lots of ways that you can do this with, you know. So it's a matter of you just getting out there and making it happen, working with it. And I promise you, you'll be happy with your results. And you can make some really good, interesting things. You can do all your repairs yourself. You can do modifications for all your gear. Just get out there and try it out, you know. You'll be happy. You'll be happy. I tell you what, it's a much better feeling knowing that you built your gear than going out and spending, you know, all the money that people were spending on gear. You know, I've done it. I know all about it. I just suggest that, you know, you try a different route. You know, try to get your gear. Try to buy your gear. You know, try to you know, buy used gear, make repairs. Or buy something and then make you know, modifications to it, you know, like this Alice right here. I'm little by little, I'm making modifications to it, and little by little, you know, I'm seeing a better result in my pack. You know, like I said, it's not the most perfect pack, but I love the design of the Alice pack. So here we go. Now I have a small loop at the end of it. Okay, so what I can do now, I can either put a D-ring there, or I could have sewn a D-ring in it, or I can take this 550 cord, which I have around here somewhere. Here we go. I have a big wad of 550 cord. I'm going to burn off the end here first, because I definitely want to make sure that these ends are well singed, so you don't have all the what we call the guts or the threads from the inside spewing out. Work that through it. Okay, get an idea of what length you want. I think this would be a good length for me. Just something to get a couple fingers in. No big deal. I like these scissors. They're like leather scissors, but for heavy shearing, this kind of stuff. They work really well. They're not very good at fine work, but they allow you to do some heavy work, okay? And then basically put your overhand, you know, put your knot in there. Make it all look pretty. There we go. Nothing crazy, you know. And so here we go. I got this in the end of it right here. I can do the same to the other one also if I need to be. I'll do that a little later. Get it all together. Now I can see right through this thing. There's a lot of little holes here. Okay, that weakens the nylon, I think, a whole lot. So, but this end right here should not be the end. It's going to be, you know, we'll see how it works out. What I may have to do is some complete repairs, completely change this whole thing up. I need to get myself some more webbing. That's for sure. And I'm using what I find, when I, you know, little by little, I'm going through a lot of my stuff, and I'm finding I have a lot more gear than I realized, you know. So I'll get this on my rucksack and get it tested out, and be right back with you with that. So as you can see now, this is a repaired area, or a revamped area, I should say. I've added more length to it now. I'll still have to tape down these right here and get that sorted out. But and then the left-hand side, what I did is I took out the stitching that was here, and here what you see is another also 550 cord there, so I can pull these down. You know, these can be pulled down to tighten it, and then on loosen I just pull these up, and the whole thing. It's pretty standard Atlas, you know. It's just that I don't have the quick release on this thing anymore. I wasn't really using it. It was just in the way, and it wasn't working properly. So now I have a system that works properly. Okay, so for the moment, this is the only mods I've made so far. I'm making so far. I've made lots of mods to it, but these are the latest mods, I would say, for my Alice. And even with these Chinese copied shoulder straps, I've managed to save myself some money. I don't have to go out and try to buy another pair, because buying these would mean double the shipping. You know, it's really expensive right now, and I don't want to spend that money on that when I can just do the work myself. So I'm pretty happy with how it's coming out, you know, so far, and hopefully these stand up to the environment I'm putting them in, which is nothing super crazy. There you go. Hope you enjoyed this video. Nothing too crazy with my Alice right here, but just more mods. As I go through things, I change things, I like things, whatever. I'm still also contemplating the idea of putting some moly a strapping on the sides of it here. That way I can add MOLLE pouches to the sides of it. I have some nice MOLLE pouches I could add to it. I don't really need it so far. I don't want to add a whole lot of weight to it either, because that pack's not really made to carry a lot of weight. 62 liters. 62 liters is a big pack, but it works just perfect for what I'm doing with it, which is bushcrafting and camping and some hiking, that kind of stuff. But anyway, I hope you all enjoyed the video. Please give me a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Please share with your friends and enemies. And I want to thank all of you who have subscribed, and those of you who are following my channel, and those of you who are watching my videos. Please continue, and please leave a comment down below. Give me some advice about your mods, what you've been doing, and give me some more ideas. You never know. Anyway, you all have a good one. Have a good weekend, and I talk to you soon. Bye-bye.